Welcome back to our channel, and thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so that we can bring you the latest news as they come. And together we shall work with our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, and Eastern Security Network to make our Biafran dream a reality and pull the Fulani Janjaweed to shame. He said, the Fulani Janjaweed are frustrated because of pressure from the international community to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally or allow him due process in the court trial at the Federal High Court Abuja. The Fulani Nigerian government terrorist group, the criminal DSS, is what the Fulani Caliphate are using to carry out their inhuman treatment against our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and other perceived Fulani Janjaweed political enemies. The Fulani Janjaweed are afraid that they can't keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention at the DSS facility for too long because of this pressure, and would have to transfer him to Kuje prison, where he will have some form of freedom, unlike the DSS facility. So they don't want to do that. They don't want him to have any form of freedom because they want to break him down. They want to break IPOB down. They want to break Biafrans down in order for them to overrun Biafra land. But they failed. They will fail. The South African president, Ramaphosa, came to Nigeria to remind Buhari and the Fulani Nigerian government about the diplomatic consequences of the illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is a British citizen. And he told Buhari and his Fulani Nigerian government that already Kenya have, they have told the United Nations that they actually kidnapped him in Kenya. Kenya have come out to tell the truth. And there is nothing the Fulani Nigerian government can do about it. And the South African leader also told the Fulani Nigerian government that the perceived inhuman treatment by the criminal DSS and the prolonged adjournments at the court without due process on the part of the Fulani Nigerian government is causing a lot of trouble. And the whole world is watching. This made the Fulani Nigerian government to bow under pressure. But the Fulani terrorists ₦ญ่Allah are not happy with this development because of the way IPOB, Eastern Security Network, chased the Fulani terrorists out of Biafran bushes and forests. The terrorist Fulani ₦ญ่Allah are advising and pushing the Fulani Nigerian government to carry out elimination of our leader and damn the consequence. But Buhari and his Fulani Nigerian government, they know the consequence of that. Terrorists being terrorists, they do things without thinking. Because they drove them out of Biafran bushes and forests, they want to eliminate our leader. But Buhari and his Fulani Nigerian government knows that the moment they allow the Fulani terrorist ₦ญ่Allah to have their way, that will bring an end to the Fulani Caliphate. The terrorist Fulani ₦ญ่Allah, who are stakeholders in the Fulani Nigerian government, according to Garba Shehu, believes that having Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at the DSS facility, where they have large numbers of loyalists, would help the Fulani Janjaweed break down IPOB and Eastern Security Network and lead to overrunning of Biafra land. But the pressure on the Fulani Nigerian government to find a political solution on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial was too much, and Buhari and his Fulani Nigerian government told the terrorist Fulani ﷺ that they have no choice but to listen to the international community advice if the Fulani Caliphate must remain. If they do otherwise, then that will be an end to the Fulani Caliphate in the zoo called Nigeria. This infuriated the Fulani terrorist ﷺ, who are mostly from Mauritania, Central African Republic, Chad, Niger Republic, and Mali. And they fought back using the criminal Nigerian DSS to attack Nigerian prisons in Jos and other parts of Nigeria, so as to use the scheme as an excuse to claim that the prisons are no longer safe in order to condemn Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to DSS detention. That is their trick. You know, the ongoing jailbreak are to prevent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's transfer from DSS detention to prison facility. The Nigerian government and its secret police always uses the scheme as an excuse to say the prison facilities were not safe, so as to condemn Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to DSS detention. You know, IPOB have reacted to the most recent jailbreak in Jos, Plateau State, saying the jailbreaks are tricked by the criminal DSS to prevent the transfer of its detained leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to a prison facility. The Fulani Nigerian government and its secret police always uses this scheme as an excuse to say the prison facilities were not safe. IPOB, according to them, they said the Fulani Nigerian government is behind many attacks on correctional centers. Hence, it could not investigate the raids. IPOB, in a statement by its spokesman, Emma Powerful, said the incident and other previous jailbreaks were acts or antics of the Fulani Nigerian government and the criminal DSS. You know, that's what they do. According to IPOB intelligence report and findings, it reveals that once there is any person of interest in the criminal DSS custody that is scheduled to be transferred not to a prison facility or detention facility, to a prison custody, they always arrange these prison breaks in order to convince the court that the prison is not safe and is susceptible to attack and jailbreaks. And as such, the said person in their custody should not be transferred to the prison, which is why no meaningful investigation is ever carried out on these alleged prison breaks throughout the zoo called Nigeria in order to ascertain the actual perpetrators and bring them to book. This is further evidence from what happened in the court on October 21st, 2021, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's application for transfer to prison custody came up. The road to the court and even to the court premises were barricaded on all sides by the security agents. You know, they were barricaded by security agents such that lawyers and other responsible persons who had legitimate business in the court could not even drive close to the court premises because they claimed that they had a security report that there would be an attack. Curiously, the attackers, who were clearly government-sponsored thugs, were allowed to drive past all the security posts mounted on the road and down to where the DSS officers formed a human barricade in order to attack ŁỌŊGEỌN. The DSS officers did not do anything to stop or apprehend the attackers. On the contrary, they kept pushing ŁỌRE back and forth to the thugs. The same thing happened on November 10, 2021, when they hired the one Nigeria kronas, who came to confront Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's peaceful supporters, who had always been there on previous court days without constituting any nuisance or breach of peace. These paid Nigerian agents came with coffins and other things meant to provoke the peaceful protesters or peaceful supporters, all in a bid to trigger confrontation and fight between the two groups. Imagine what would have happened on those two occasions if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu supporters did not have the spirit of discernment and avoided any confrontation with those paid Nigerian agents of darkness. IPOB is therefore putting the world on notice of the evil game being played in a bid to ensure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is held perpetually in the DSS dungeon. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video, and bye-bye for now.